all the ingredients there for a coleslaw, but hey, we're gonna give it a Caribbean spin. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure to have you guys here in the kitchen with me. I think it was a couple of weeks back I was watching a video. One of my favorite guys to watch on YouTube is Mark Weens. Mark, this one's for you, my friend. Mark was out in Hawaii, and he was eating this grilled chicken, I think it was, and it came with a coleslaw and had pineapple in there. And I remember him saying, I like coleslaw, but it's a bit too sweet for me. I'm not big on sweet stuff. So I thought I'd put a different spin on this coleslaw, Caribbean style coleslaw, with a little bit of zing. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Let's get cooking. Let's make the dressing for the coleslaw. And what I have here is Miracle Whip. I'm not using the traditional mayo because I find the Miracle Whip have a little zing to it already. And again, we're trying to give it that little punch, right? So we've got some Miracle Whip in there. I'm going to go in with a little bit of fresh lemon juice. Not too much of that lemon juice. Typically when I'm making coleslaw, I usually use vinegar in the mix, but because I'm doing things a little bit different, I'm going to go in with that lemon juice, some white sugar, and I've got here some Dijon mustard, as well as some dry mustard. And this is where you're really going to get that kick from. Some dry mustard and fresh ground black pepper. I'm going to salt this, but after I add all the shredded vegetables together, I'm going to salt it then. And in goes some pineapple juice. And all you want to do is bring that together. I'm going to go in now with my whisk. And you really want to incorporate this really well together. Just whisk it all together like that, nice and smooth. Notice how it's all coming together. And the final thing I like adding to this is a little dash of celery salt. That's really going to brighten this up. And if you find it's too thick, you can add a little bit more of that lemon juice just to lighten this up a little bit. So I've got a nice big bowl now, and I've got my cabbage, and I just want to show you guys something. You will notice we have some fine shreds. So I grated some of the cabbage in there, and I used my chef's knife, and I shredded some. So I'm getting two different sort of textures from the cabbage. Next up, we're going to go in with some sea salt, and that's going to release any sort of bitterness in the cabbage. And I'm just going to toss that around before we start adding the other ingredients in there. And you'll notice a couple things about this coleslaw. It'll be a lot about textures and flavors as well. For instance, you'll notice I have the red onion diced finely. The pineapple, yeah, we're doing this with pineapple, with a sort of a bigger dice. Shredded purple cabbage, shredded carrots, and some julienne mango. So all of these are going to go in here. Nothing screams tropical than the ingredients, and look at the vibrancy of the colors that you're seeing there as well. Now we're talking about flavors. The other thing I wanted to mention, the mango is not a fully ripe mango, because you want the tartness from that mango to balance the sweetness of the cubed up the diced up pineapple. And this is fresh pineapple. If you want, you can certainly use pineapple out of a can. And if you're doing that, this way you'll get the pineapple juice as well. I'm using fresh mango, fresh pineapple, and all we're going to do now is pretty much mix this together so they marry, and all kind of good things has happened for marriage, you know. Gosh, man. And the final step now is just to go in with that lovely mixture we made here for it. I'm just going to hold back I'm just going to fold this all together in here now. And if you notice the discoloration happening, it's because of the purple cabbage. It's going to tend to bleed through. Guys, I'm talking about my boy Mark Wiens and not liking overly sweet stuff. And I totally forgot to tell you all, I added an ingredient in there and I forgot to mention it. I use half of a scotch bonnet pepper. No seeds though. I tossed the seeds out because that's where that pure heat is going to be. And I diced it really fine and it's in the coleslaw here. So this is where that kick is going to come from, along with the dry mustard powder. The coleslaw is in the fridge. You got to allow it to chill for about at least half an hour or so. All them flavors are going to come out and really make things beautiful. I just thought I'd bring you guys outside. It's still winter out here in Canada. I've got some jerk chicken going there, and I've got some pineapple, some spears. Boss, that grilling down there as well too. Mark, I hope you give this recipe a try, man. You're gonna love it. That little bit of that mustard powder, the little bit of scotch bonnet pepper, good things happening in there. Maybe you can give it a Thai spin. Here are some little, maybe some finely chopped lemongrass in there, maybe some green papaya. I'd love to see your take on coleslaw with a Thai twist, you know what I mean? But guys, give this recipe a try. You're gonna love it. Great in the summertime when you're having them barbecue and things like that. Jerk chicken going on right there. By the way, if you're wondering about those pineapple spears, you grill them. Then in a pan you make a nice little caramel rum sauce. You add this grilled pineapple to there and you get some coconut ice cream. Mouth watering, boy. Put it on top there. If you like dessert, that is the ultimate Caribbean dessert. Check CaribbeanPod.com for that recipe. By the way, hit subscribe. You see that? I tell all this winter, smoke coming out my mouth. Have a good one, guys.